Greetings everyone. Today I want to talk to you about an entirely different way that you can run TTRPGs at your table that will make your stories more collaborative, more open-ended, even more coherent, feel more real, and it will maximize your players' creative input at the table. All of this advice is a result of the OSR movement, or old school revival. You can check out the many videos online, you've probably heard of it. And the one specific principle that I want to dissect here today is the one of rewarding a player's skill as opposed to your character's skill on the character sheet. So let me ask this of you personally, you watching right now. How much of a difference does the creative input of your players make to the outcome of events in your game? Conversely, just how important and how useful are dice rolls? Can a strong build and lucky rolls carry them towards victory every time? Here is an example of the latter. You will enter a cabin in the woods belonging to a wizard that have captured a beloved NPC. I describe the room. There are some potions on some shelves on the wall, a big carpet on the floor, a moose head hanging there. What do you do? Well, I am a thief, says one of the players. I have a fantastic search skill. I'm going to spend some time, search this whole baby up. Okay, let's roll and get an 18. You find the one antler of the moose head. When you move that, you reveal a secret passage to a dungeon. Could this be where our friend is being held captive? Now, this didn't need a lot of creative input from players. It merely prompted them to use their most useful skill, which they already built to be pretty good, right? Now, if you want to use their creativity, you use the OSR style, and it will go something like this. We want to search the room. Well, how much time are you willing to spend? Well, they could be hurting our friend right now, not much. I guess we don't have time to search the whole place. Well, what do you look at first? Well, I lift up the carpet, says the one player. I'm like, you don't see anything there. What are the rest of you doing? Well, I look at that moose head. Well, how do you want to inspect it? Well, I'm going to remove it from the wall, see if there's anything behind it. Nothing behind it. Oh dear. What's this moose head made out of? Well, it seems like a regular moose head, taxidermied. But the horns are made of gold. That's odd. Why would it be made of gold? I tug at these golden antlers. When you tug the right horn, a passage opens, and it's like, yes, they found the little puzzle there to figure it out. They could maybe have asked some other questions. This requires more creative input from players. Within these two approaches lies two ends of a spectrum. The one favoring crafting builds to give you the best chance, and then just hope that you roll lucky. We call this the new style of gaming, often found in modern D&D 5e games, and the other one using your players' ingenuity and problem-solving skills as the primary driver at the table. And this is the OSR camp, often found in games like Mothership, Into the Odd Shadow Dark, and countless other even modern games that are starting to move over to this approach. Now look, big disclaimer here. The best system and the best mechanics and the best way to run games at your table will always be the one that you and your players enjoy the most. End of story. I'm going to tell you here today why I run things in this OSR style and how it's changed how I think about games that I run, and I'll give you a list of the benefits that I think you and your players will get from this. So here we go. The benefit for me of this style is I run games to maximize my players' agency and creativity and have rules rather become rulings that serve this ideal rather than the opposite. The trick to giving players maximum agency is to have everything have impact. I did a thorough analysis of information, impact, and choice in my video here, analyzing the GM section of the great Electric Bastion land, so please check that out. But fret not, I'll give you a quick summary here. Have everything your players do have impact, whether that be them doing something or doing nothing. There should be pros and cons and no easy decisions. Here's an example. If they take too long searching all the time, or resting too much and searching every room, The baddies maybe start executing some prisoners, some NPCs who try to escape in the meantime. This is a natural thing that happens. There are consequences to taking too long. But it could also be the opposite, right? Moving too fast, too ferociously through this dungeon and making a lot of noise in the meantime could mean they didn't hear that distant growling sound. I'm not going to have them make a listen check to just get things passively. If they're physically taking a breather, the logical consequences of that would be, in my world, would be, hang on, you're all just standing around for a bit and catching your breath. You hear a distant growl in the nearby room. Something is asleep there, you think. It sounds like a sleeping, snoring sound. Fantastic. So either doing something or doing nothing, or going fast or going slow, just has logical knock-on effects in the world that would make the most sense. To find out more information about the world, they have to understand the environment. How them interacting with it will help them achieve their goals. What are the motivations of the villains or the monsters in this story? They can't just do a roll to glean that info, some charisma check where they can persuade them. They have to ask the right questions. They have to observe in the right places. For me, this maximizes their engagement with the world that I present them. I use dice rolls only then as a consequence that has to be logically dealt out for a specific interaction. The dice tell me how tired they are, how badly they got hurt, or maybe if a valuable provision has to be sacrificed to achieve the task that they want to do. The advantage of this playstyle is that players truly feel like anything is possible at the table, and that their story doesn't have rails on them. That story emerges collaboratively at the table, and they feel like they have enormous clout to make that happen. If you stick to every decision and indecision, have many pros and cons, you make your players sweat over every single decision, having no obvious right or wrong with it, your sessions will reach new dramatic heights. Players will feel like every victory and setback is a consequence of what they did, not just the dice telling them. But don't fret, those dramatic dice rolls will still tell you if a PC literally survives, or a beloved NPC makes it, or if that villain gets away. So the drama and the excitement of dice rolls are still part of the game. In fact, the dice rolls are just used more seldomly, but they also feel more special. And that's my OSR tip for the day, friends. Tell me, how do you, as GMs, run sessions at your table? Do you run it quite like I've discussed here, or do you have some tips for the rest of us? Please comment below and consider subbing. My sub to watch ratio is a definite crit fail at this point, so please consider that. Otherwise, till next time, everyone, hope you all have a fantastic day. Cheerio. We are warming up our voices, we are talking TTRPGs, we love them, we crave them, we need them in our lives. Oh, outtakes. Is it an outtake? Fine, it's an outtake.